Hey everybody, it's Julie. Welcome to Hello Monday. Today I'm working with confetti tape. I've always wanted to make this stuff, but just never gotten around to it until today, and I thought it would work great on this particular design. So I'm going to start by prepping the surface of a standard A2 card. This is Neenah Solar White, 4¼ by 5½ when you fold it. And pardon the fact that the stamp does not have an index label. It was a prototype, but I love it. It's by Hero Arts and it says cheers, and it's got a really awesome large typeface, which I find works really well for this particular design. And I'm just going to heat emboss that with Versamark, stamped it with Versamark, and then just using gold embossing powder. Heat that up. Really nice. You could use a die if you have one that has a really large typeface on it, but that's just kind of what helps bring this whole design and gives it its wow factor. So I'm going to go ahead and crease that fold line so I have it ready. I don't know why I did that step now, but for some reason that's kind of a habit of mine. I'm stamping on the diagonal because a lot of times I have a habit of doing things straight up and down. And it's like, girl, you need to try something different. So I'm going diagonal today, living on the edge. So I'm going to trim off the edges, but stamping that first kind of helped me determine how everything else was going to go into place. So I'm just going to burnish that down, and then I'm going to add some more stripes to kind of emphasize this diagonal movement going on the card front. So I cut a skinny strip of this self-adhesive glitter sheet. This is the Starlet. Three colors, there's pink and red and kind of a maroon, and I love this stuff. I just want to put it on everything because it's so easy to work with. And this is by Cosmo Cricut. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mount that. I'm just partially removing the liner paper so I have some fudge room there, and pardon my head getting in the way there, and those are not bug antenna, that's my hair. I can never seem to avoid those lately. And then just trim that edge off there so that we don't have any overhang. And then I wanted to add some more elements, so I'm just going to bring in some scrap gold foil cardstock that I had. And in hindsight, this was not the best way to mount this to my card, but I kind of was like, I need to find a better way to do this. But for now, it's going to work. I'm just going to lay down that tip right there and then trim off the excess. And then I realized, you know what? I have no way of like getting that straight across to the other side unless I grab my T-square and help me line that up so I kind of get it flush on the other side. So that worked, but I can't help but think that there's another method that's easier. So I tried this. So eventually I'll figure out the easiest way to do this, but for right now, you're just going to watch me suffer through it and experiment right now. So I'm going to lay that right across the top, and I really don't want to tack it down permanently there until I get in between that gap there, because I don't want it obstructing the word cheers. So this is what worked for me using the adhesive strip of glitter here. And I'll just go ahead and trim off that little bit right there. Now that I've lifted it up, I'm just contemplating here, where do I want to snip that? And that seemed to work fine. So I'm just going to go with that and figure out an easier method later on, which I'll share with you when I actually do figure it out. So now comes the fun part. I've got all this confetti, and I actually hand punched this, but there are some awesome confetti dies that will make this so much easier, and they're on my wish list because it took me a while to make my custom confetti mix here. And I just used random colors that I thought would work really well with the colors of the gold foil and the glitter tape. And then I pressed it into place there firmly with some wax paper over the top because I don't want the oil from my skin to de-tacky the rest of the exposed tape. So I do have some exposed tape that I want to conceal, and I thought that this gold glitter, this is the Stickles dry glitter, would be the perfect finish. So it would add additional sparkle and just fill those gaps there where the confetti left the adhesive exposed. So now I'm just going to brush off the excess, and I wanted you to see just kind of close up here. I'm brushing off away from that. I don't want to be too harsh because I don't want to actually rub off the confetti, but here you can see how the glitter fills those gaps nicely. And then just for some added embellishment, I decided to take some of the extra confetti and just kind of place that there on the card in a pattern that kind of seemed cohesive with the design, and then glued those down with glossy accents. But I loved how this turned out. It'd be cute for any occasion. Thanks for watching.